Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive from Safety One Source. We're going to try and cut through the noise today. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Nice one.
To really focus on workplace safety, specifically OSHA's noise standard, 1926.52. Super important stuff for safety pros, risk managers, basically anyone trying to make work safer.
Absolutely. And our goal today really is to nail down those noise limits, what you have to do if they're exceeded, and tackle how to figure out those combined exposures.
Right. So let's jump in. What's the absolute basic rule here?
It boils down to this.
Right.
You need protection if sound levels go over what's listed in OSHA's Table D2. And that's measured with a standard meter, A scale, slow response, kind of mimics how our ears hear.
Okay, so Table D2 is the benchmark. What happens? What's the immediate first step for a safety manager if monitoring shows levels are above that table?
OSHA is very clear. First things first. Feasible administrative or engineering controls. You must try those first.
Like changing the process, putting up barriers, maybe changing schedules.
Exactly. Modify the noisy machine, maybe enclose it, change how long people work in the noisy area. That's your primary go-to.
But what if that's not possible or just doesn't bring the levels down enough?
Then, and only then, you move to PPE, personal protective equipment.
So earplugs, earmuffs, that kind of thing, following subpart E rules?
Precisely. They have to be provided, and importantly, employees have to actually use them to get the noise levels down to the permissible limits. It's the backup plan.
Gotcha. The reg mentions continuous noise. How should we think about that? What does OSHA mean by continuous?
Good question. It's maybe not what you'd intuitively think. If the noise level varies, but the peaks, the loudest points, happen every second or even faster, OSHA counts that as continuous. It stops people from ignoring rapid bursts of sound that still contribute to the overall dose.
Okay, that makes sense. And if you do have continuous noise exceeding Table D2 levels, there's a requirement for a hearing conservation program.
Yes, a continuing effective program. It's not a one-off thing.
So what does that involve, practically speaking, for someone setting it up?
It's comprehensive. Think regular noise checks, making sure employees understand the risks and how to use PPE properly, so training.
Right.
Plus, you need audiometric testing, hearing tests to monitor employees' hearing over time, and of course, keeping good records of everything. It's proactive protection.
Let's look closer at Table D2 itself. What are the key numbers or the main takeaway?
The absolute key is the trade-off. As the sound level in dBA goes up, the time you're allowed to be exposed goes down fast.
Give us some examples.
Sure. So 8 hours is okay at 90 dBA,
Yeah.
but just a little louder, 95 dBA.
Cuts the time in half.
Exactly. Down to 4 hours. Go up to 105 dBA, and you're looking at only 1 hour. And then at 115 dBA, which is pretty loud,
Yeah.
it's just a quarter hour, 15 minutes or less. It really highlights how sensitive exposure time is to the noise level.
Wow. Okay. So managing that is critical. But often workers aren't just in one spot. They move around. How do we handle different noise levels throughout a day?
Right, that's super common. OSHA gives us a formula for that. It's called the equivalent noise exposure factor, usually just called phi.
Okay, the formula. How does it work?
It's phi T1L1 plus T2L2 plus phi and so on for all the different exposures.
Hang on. Break that down. T is
the actual time, the duration you spent exposed at a specific noise level.
okay, actual time. And L.
L is the permissible time allowed at that same noise level, the duration you get straight from Table D2.
Got it. So you calculate that fraction for each noise period and add them up.
You got it. And the crucial number is 1. If your calculated phi adds up to more than 1.0,
You're over the limit for the day.
correct. If it's 1.0 or less, you're within the permissible exposure. OSHA's example shows this, like quarter hour at 110, half hour at 100, hour and a half at 90.
Yeah, right.
That works out to an FI of 0.938, which is less than 1, so it's okay.
Okay, that's a really useful tool for compliance checks. One last thing. What about sudden, sharp noises, like impact sounds?
There's a separate absolute ceiling for those. Impulsive or impact noise exposure shouldn't exceed 140 dB peak sound pressure level, period.
140 peak. That's a hard limit.
Yep. Those sudden intense sounds are dangerous in their own right.
So wrapping this up for the safety professionals listening, the core message is no Table D2, always try engineering or admin controls first.
Before jumping to PPE.
Right. Implement a solid hearing conservation program if needed, and use that phi formula to track combined exposures accurately.
That really covers it. It's about building that safety culture around hearing. And maybe a final thought to leave with folks.
Yeah.
Just consider how quickly even short periods of really loud noise can add up during a shift. You might hit that FE1 limit faster than you think, which really underlines why ongoing monitoring and controls are so vital.